I gotta say, I'm really surprised with this episode because from the preview of the things, I thought that this was basically going to be a very boring fillerish episode, but turns out that is not actually the case, and I quite enjoyed myself while watching this episode. So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ, my name is Wholesome and thank you so much for joining in. In this video, we're gonna talk about Boruto episode 209. Now, this was essentially fillerish in nature, but I guess the anime is technically going to consider this as anime canon. That's a term which has been used for literally every single episode or not, and it's quite justifiable in my opinion because it sort of gives us a little character building and character motivational points for Kawaki right here. But the basic plot of this episode revolves around Kawaki and Himawari. For a while, Himawari has been taking some food from her home and she was visiting this old and battle-toned wolf, this white wolf, which was really sick and almost dying at this particular moment. She was just giving him some food and Kawaki actually caught her doing this particular thing and he also goes on to accompany her. Now, the basic plot of this episode is essentially to equate the situation between Kawaki and this old wolf. This old wolf had been left out by his pack because of his difference. He was white in color, he was totally different from the wolf pack, and in nature this is a very brutal thing because it might actually cause harm to the wolf pack because it is going to unnecessarily draw enemy eyes, and that's why maybe he was abandoned, but at the same time he also wanted to protect his own pack, and that's why today he is in such a pathetic condition. And Himawari initially tries to help him. She is bringing him food and whatnot, but eventually Kawaki and Himawari both find out that a bear attacked this wolf and eventually he died. Now, this is the center point of this episode, which sort of gives us the correlation between the characters of Kawaki and this wolf, and how Kawaki is seeing the very same thing with his own situation as well, how he was once surrounded by these adults who absolutely hated him and whatnot, and currently he's in a totally different environment, but this environment might be harmed because of him actually being present there. He's talking about Konohamaru, who was hurt during the Jigen attacks, and he's basically thinking about all of these things because he's the center point of the invasion for Konoha. If he's there, Konoha is always constantly at a danger, and that is why he decides to eventually leave the village on his very own free will. Boruto stops him from leaving and Shikamaru also joins the fray, and Shikamaru says that yes, he is still opposed to him living there, but he is going to respect the decisions of the Hokage. That is something that the Konoha takes pride upon, that they respect the decisions of the Hokage. He even says that no other village is going to be stupid enough to support Kawaki, and even Kawaki knows that, and only Konoha, or rather only Naruto, is going to show him the love and affection that he actually needs at this particular moment. And for the most part, I would say that this was pretty beautifully portrayed here in this particular episode, and it sort of goes on to give a little more character building and character motivations for the character of Kawaki, which was pretty nice in my opinion. Yet again, for a filler episode, for an anime canon episode, this is miles better than say something like a Chocho episode. So overall, I was quite surprised by this episode, and initially, like for the starting of this episode, we also got to see one of the most stellar scenes which we have seen in quite a long time, which gave me a lot of the pain arc vibes. Basically, this was the nightmare sequence of Kawaki, where he sees that the Konoha has fallen, all the shinobis are down, Boruto, Himawari, Naruto and Hinata are all down, and this is all happening because of him, because Jigen is literally messing around this village. At the same time, the portrayal here is similar to kind of the pain arc of Nagato, and that's the basic theme of this episode. The introductory nightmare panel was really great, and the correlation between this old wolf and Kawaki was also portrayed very beautifully, and this sort of gives us a more in-depth character lore, character explanation for him, especially considering how this is technically an anime canon episode. So that is basically what's happening here. It also gives us some more, I should say, heartwarming and wholesome interactions between Himawari and Kawaki, something which I still believe is going to be very important, especially considering the time skip. I'm going to probably make more videos upon that, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date whenever I upload those videos. So in the meantime, this is it for this video guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Next week we are going to head into the anime canon arc of Konoha exploring the territories of Boro, who was using his experiments and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that. It's probably going to be very good. So anyway, that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. Join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features. Join the Discord server for more anime and manga discussions. With that being said, this is Wonder WhyZ. See you all on the next one.